You think that, when we have, our kids, obviously you're born in Africa, right? So like you think you're like, hey, I want them to have a better life than I did, right? So do we push that more than people that were actually like born here? Does that question make sense? Because like I feel like people that are born in the US, like, they've been through all of the steps,
Yeah.
But us being born in Africa, seeing what all we had to see. I know we've seen some shit now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know we see some shit now. And then coming here and like, damn, like here's a little bit easier than back home. So like when I have my kid now, I'm like, yo, like I want him to like have the best. Like I'm gonna push forward more to have the best than somebody that's already was born here.
Chafuwa Meza, Chafuwa Meza. Tuko Nairobi tuna Chafuwa Meza, Chafuwa Meza, Chafuwa Meza. Chafuwa Meza, I see you, Lemmy G. Don't kings in the building. Chafuwa Meza, tuna Chafuwa Meza, tuna Chafuwa Meza.
All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another show of this the Chafuwa Meza podcast. Today I have special guests in the building, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because this is a good one today. To my right,
It's a call, man. I was here on the last show. Y'all know who I am.
It's Rich, Rich Homie 14 on Instagram. If you wanna, shoot me a follow. But yeah, man, very excited. First time on, Fuck the Table Up, and I'm ready to have some good conversations.
yes.
Fuck the table.
By the way, fuck the table up. That's in Swahili. That's the Chafuwa Meza podcast. All right, man. Thank you guys for coming through, man. I really, really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for taking the time come to my show. But as usual, man, before we start the show, we do shots. Back to back.
Trying to get it lit early, man.
Early,
huh?
man. You gotta talk your shit today.
Hey, let's do it up, man.
Wait, which one was this? Oh, okay. I don't wanna mix.
Hey, fellas, for
Yes, appreciate you for coming through, man. It's for y'all, man.
going down.
Woo! My God, yes, that's that good shit, man.
A lot of honesty is going to come out, man. If your feelings get hurt, hey,
It's whatever, man.
fuck it, cry a tear in a bucket.
Yes, sir. I'm with that, man. So what's up, Rich? This is the first time me and you meeting up. Mm-hmm. Yep. How you been, man?
Man, I've been good. Season is creeping up around the corner. So a little bit about myself.
Yes.
I actually I coach a local college team here, Blue Lakes College. Season is coming up. Getting the kids prepared. So it's a lot scheduling, recruiting, and doing all that stuff from the coach's end, which as a player, I didn't really have to do. So, all I had to do was just get ready for the season. Now, prepping kids for the season and, getting schedules and stuff done, just seeing it from that type of point of view is, been a little bit of craziness. But, things have been going well. I'm very, very excited. That's pretty much it, man.
Oh man. So what made you actually get into basketball?
Oh, man, it's a long story, man. So to be honest with you, so I'm from South Sudan, so I'm African. So the first sport I ever played was soccer. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
Played soccer, had fun. However, I was at the Boys and Girls Club one day and just messing around and just shooting a basketball. And this guy told me, "Hey, you're pretty good." I was just like, I'm not good, man.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm just
whatever,
messing
man.
around.
Yeah.
They're like, you're pretty good. I guess they kind of gassed me up because they needed one more player
Yeah.
for them to play 5-on-5. So I was just like, okay, I'll play. And then, from then, just fell in love with it. Played AAU, played high school basketball, got the opportunity to play college basketball at Shaw University. Definitely been in love with the game since then. This game has taken me to amazing places. This game has introduced me to amazing people. This game has forged amazing friendships, with amazing teammates that I still, connect with till this day, right?
Yeah.
There's guys that, I might not speak to for years, but if I ever see them, hey, we played on a team together. One team that I would love to give a shout out to is my my COIO team, 2007, we actually won the state championship.
Ooh, shout out to you guys. Yeah,
Man.
that's dope.
And this was back in, I want to say, sixth grade, man. And
Damn.
there's nothing like winning a championship with a group of guys. I'm not gonna
Sixth
lie.
grade.
Winning the championship with a group of guys, it's like, and with those guys, we were so close. We all
Yeah,
went
it
to
brings the
same-
bond. Yeah, yeah.
Like we went to the same elementary school, went to the same middle school, so we were so tight knit. And winning those championship with those guys meant a lot to me. And it's one of my memorable team is because going to that summer, I actually lost one of my best friends going from fifth grade to sixth grade, and we actually dedicated that year to him. I think that was the first time where I played basketball when I wasn't playing for myself throughout the whole season. Versus, as my career went on, I think when the season started, you think about I want to win a championship. I want to, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
say that, but that year was different. That year was just like, hey, we're gonna play for Bol Madol, which is my friend that passed away, and
RIP to him.
yeah, from the beginning, we're just like, hey, like we got shirts made and everything with his name on the back, and for us, it was just playing hard for him. It was never for us to like winning. We obviously wanted to win. That's everybody's,
Of course. Yeah.
point, right? But
Yeah.
for us, it was just like, hey, let's play for him. Let's make him happy. He was literally the light in the room, man. The biggest smile in the world. Such a white-hearted kid. And I was 12 years old, and that was the first time that I've like realized that like people could die at that time. Like
Yeah.
I'm just a kid. I didn't know
Yeah.
people could.
Sure.
Like I
Yeah.
only thought older people died.
Yeah.
But with him, he was a year younger than me, so it was 11, and it was just like he's gone, and sometimes get the shakes thinking about it, man, and think about the what ifs if he was still here today. But I know, man, he's looking down from heaven gates with that pearly white smile and just like being very, very. Hopefully, he's proud of me and how far I've came. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell, man. I know I kind of went a little bit deeper in there real quick, but
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. So, what position do you play in basketball?
combo guard. So I do point guard and shooting guard. I think high school played a lot of point, middle school played a lot of point. As I got to college, shifted a little bit to shooting guard. I just got in the gym and I started shooting. I think the most I've ever, not necessarily worked, but the most I was ever locked in was going from my senior year to my freshman year of college. That's the most time I've ever been in the gym, and I locked myself in there and I just worked out, and my shot improved a lot, and a lot, and I just want to get on the court as much as I can when I got to the JUCO that I went into, and it worked, and it got me to where I am
Where you
today.
at? So, what you say right now? You Steph Curry?
No, I wouldn't say Curry. I would say Pundu. I'm Pundu right now. I'm not Curry. I'm Pundu.
I'm asking you a question since we.
You know what's so funny? First of all, this is the only time, if you notice, man. Like I got tall people on the couch, man. Like this show is. I think the name of the show should be Tall People.
The tall plus one.
Yeah. No, -1. I don't even exist.
Minus one is crazy. Oh man.
But
Crazy, my brother and them were here, but what do you call it? So who when you start playing basketball, who made you first fall in love with basketball?
And that was my next question. I was about to ask
the
him that
first
shit.
person to make me fall in love with basketball.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it was me and this coach really butted heads for a while, but it was my CYO coach, Mr. O'Neal. And the only reason why he not necessarily made me fall in love, but he showed me that I could fall in love with this game of basketball, because he let me know hey, he taught me the basics, I would say. He taught me, that's the first guy that was like, hey, make a left hand layup. It's important. Use the backboard. And he taught me the little stuff. He taught me the foundation. He built that, that first ground, that first level. And I think he installed that love that was like, hey, like I said once again, like you're pretty good at this, and hey, this is an amazing game. I want to learn more.
Yeah.
I think with him, we crossed path at the right time, because he was one of those coaches that he focused on the basics, and I was just starting to play. So if I wouldn't ran into a coach that that was more, not necessarily I want to say more excelled than Mr. O'Neal, but that wasn't really focused on the basics, that was try to teach the overalls, I wouldn't be it as good, I would say. But Mr. O'Neal took his time, and he did this with all of us, man. He taught us the fundamentals, the jump stops, where I don't think anybody does jump stops anymore, but I mean,
yeah, the game is
still
different
one thing
right now.
that we learned. But
Yeah.
I would definitely say is Coach O'Neal, CYO.
Coach O'Neal. Yeah, shout out to him too, man. Yeah, shout out to him, man. I don't know, man. That's dope, man. Because at least you got the height. How tall are you? Like 6'2", 6'3"?
6'2", man.
6'2".
6'2". To be honest with you, for a Sudanese, I'm considered short, which kind of hurts my heart, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm 6 and I'm still short.
Shit.
But I would say I got the heart of a South Sudanese. I didn't get the height, but I got the heart, man. And, I'll ride with that till the wheels fall off.
I mean, I don't know. In Kenya, you good. So.
Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely. What about you, Cole? You played this game, man. It changed your life. It brought you to different places. What made you fall in love with it?
I mean, in high school, I actually ran track, played soccer. Like you said, all Africans, we play
Oh, of course, yeah.
soccer.
Soccer's our
They
shit,
said we
man.
runner.
DNA.
Yeah, so it's like, I didn't really start playing basketball really until like after I graduated. So that's when I started hooping, going to the Y and stuff. But really, I think it's just my whole family. We're just like athletic, we're tall and all that. So I was able to adapt to basketball easier, kind of transition from track, soccer into basketball. So I don't know. Everybody keep telling me, man, you should. The reason I didn't actually play in high school, I was short, man. Like you said, Sudanese people are tall. No, in high school, like my junior and senior year, I was probably like 5'6", 5'7", bro. And then for some reason, that summer of high school, I just probably grew like 3 to 4.
Word.
Just went to
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
So I was like, what was this height in high school? Yeah, so
And you're not even the tallest in your family.
no, I'm not. My younger brother, they're taller than me, man. I'm like 6'3". They're like 6'5", 6'6".
I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing I would give to Sudanese people, bro. Like when I wouldn't say we, because I did the same thing too. But when us Sudanese people grow, like it's like I'm telling you, it's like 4 or 5 inches. Like it's like out of
you just-
nowhere.
just go.
There's a lot of people that I grew up with that comes to mind. I think my boy Mo comes to mind. Wenyan comes to mind. And these just are a couple of guys. David comes to mind. David's always been tall, but with my boy David Madol, it's like, one day he was, this height, and then the end of the summer, he's just like, I don't know
Super
what
tall.
happened to him.
Yeah.
He's super tall.
Yeah.
And that guy is probably one of the best, people I got the opportunity to play basketball with. Very, very talented young man. He's such a white-hearted type of person, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, man, when we grow, we definitely grow. Pause. That sounds crazy, but pause.
No diddy. So what do you think? Is it the food?
I think it's genetics, man.
It's genetics.
It's genetics. It has to be genetics, because with food, like we could give other people the things that we eat. We could put them in our diet, but there will never be what we are. But I mean, like with like back to saying it's genetics. There's a lot of things like, okay, we get tall, but like we're also, our frame is not the biggest at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As a South Sudanese person, you could eat as much as you want. And I'm not trying to lump everybody into this, you know what I'm saying? But there's like, you can eat as much as you want. You won't like necessarily get big, but like it's one of those things. Our frame, we're just known to be
Slim.
Yeah, skinny and tall.
You want skinny. I want to be nice, slim.
And the other thing too is it's always active too,
Yeah.
High metabolism,
Of course.
Okay. Let me be racist for a second, man. Do you have any Sudanese who don't play basketball? They tall as fuck but can't play basketball.
The U.S. racist, man.
Yeah, that was low key.
I just told you. Let me go racist for a
I'd be
little.
wrong if I said, is there any Kenyan that don't run track? Like,
But you see, for us, it's a certain tribe. It's not even all Kenyans. there's a certain tribe that really runs the truck.
I mean, with Sudanese, almost the same thing. Like,
It's the same thing for you too.
yeah, like Dinkins are the only ones that are really, really tall, but like they have the power in numbers, and it's one of those things where the genetics, man, is
Genetics.
you know.
But you see, one thing almost all of us Kenyans do, we drink.
Yeah, you Kenya, I ain't gonna front. I don't know if he's ever gonna see this or not. But back to 2020, I was in Lawrence with a bunch of Kenyans. This was during COVID, so everybody was drinking. Man, we got to the house at 6:00. Bro, 6:00 in the evening. We was drinking from 6:00 until like 3:00 the next morning.
Just drinking.
Just they would take power naps and get back up and drink. Like,
Yo, that's
and
crazy.
the thing about it is, it was like I think it was like a party or something. It was so much freaking food, like there was like a table just like it was like a fucking feast.
Oh, that's a good thing with Kenya, man.
Like,
you
it-
drink, you got
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
telling
always
you, it
food,
was
yeah.
like a feast. Like it was. I've never seen so much food in just like one area. Like it was like you know those like long white tables that people
Yeah,
have at parties.
yeah.
It was like 3 of those tables put together, and everything was covered up.
Yo.
From one end to the other, everything was covered up, and bottles Hennessy from.
Damn.
I'm
that's
just like,
that's us, man.
I got to 3:00. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
That's it.
I'm done.
Tapped out.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
I'm out here.
I'm gonna say a story. I think it's like a memory lane back in the day when we used to kick it. I don't know if I should say it, but
Hey, go ahead and say it, man. I told you there's no hiding nothing over here.
man, I think we was kicking it at you invited me. It was Thanksgiving, I think. Man, we went to your family house. I think with your pops and mom. The
Crib,
over
okay.
there. Man, we was chilling over there, man. This is like it was kind of shocking because Sudanese we don't really do a lot. We don't do it like that. Like when
With
after
family?
everybody ate, yeah, and then everybody drinking with the family. and stuff.
Actually, I think
was
it's
like,
an
yo,
African thing. They really don't do it like that.
Yeah.
Even in Kenyans, I think it's like,
was like-
just a few of us who does like drinking with your family members, your parents. Nah, not too many Africans do that.
Yeah, because I think one thing I'm sorry to cut into
No,
the
no, you
story,
good. Yeah.
but with Africans, I feel like your parents, us, like our parents see us a way that we want to keep that no matter what. Because I've been to a lot of African households, and the same person that walks into the door when his parents are there are
It's
completely
completely
different,
different.
when
Yeah.
he walks out that door.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
He's
what I
in the
said, that's
house.
why-
He's an angel. Hey, go get this. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, please.
Yeah.
As soon as he walk
Fuck
out,
that.
fuck everybody. Fuck this. Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
That's true.
But yeah, back to your story, man. I'm sorry.
I was just bringing that up. I was saying that was kind of dope though. It was like with the family. It's like you saying ain't nothing to be hide. The family knows it. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's surprising because there was a time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, my dad used to go to the liquor store to get drinks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes just pull up to the ABC store, be like, "What you drinking tonight?" I'm like, "Damn, okay, yeah, let me get that Don Julio, man." Let me, yeah.
1942, huh? I think, as a parent, would you guys do that? Would you drink with your kids?
Oh man,
I think when they get this, go ahead.
that's different, man. That is different because now, okay, because this is crazy, man. This is gonna sound really bad. Remember, us men drinking with women, you know what's the goal?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Now,
That's a follow-up question,
yeah,
too. That's what I'm saying.
I know what's the goal. Now, me as a parent having a daughter, I don't know what's gonna happen when she drinks.
It's like, you want to
Yeah.
would you drink with your son and not with your daughter? But, like, it's one of those things, too. Like, as a parent, I feel like I don't want to introduce them to it. Like, I want them to, if they go ahead and, like, start drinking on their own, okay, that's completely fine. But obviously, I would want to know, right?
Yeah, true.
As a parent,
Yeah.
as long as, like, I know, like, hey, you're drinking and stuff like that, then I'm able to be like, hey, like, he or she is going out tonight, like, he or she might have a couple of drinks. So I just need to be aware, right?
And true. And one thing I've noticed about, especially when it comes to Kenyans, when I look at the parents who drink and they raise their children always end up drinking too, even though they didn't even start drinking with them. It's I don't know, maybe it's genetic or it's maybe something they just watched the whole time as they grew up, but they end up also becoming alcoholics. So meaning if you choose not to drink with them, they will still end up drinking regardless. So it's up to you. Have that conversation with them. Just open up. Like, are you gonna? Do you want to drink? Is this your thing? Yeah. And the sad part is when I look at the females, the daughters. Now, of course, they're ending up at the club, fucked up. Sometimes they're on the floor, drunk. Someone has to pick them up. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, man.
That's one of my work. That's
Yeah.
one of my biggest fears, man. But it's one of those things where
You can avoid it. Can't stop
yeah,
it.
you can't avoid it. You really can't stop it. But it's just like that's your and we like men. Like I spoken to like my friends that had like girls and stuff like that. Like girls really change you. Having a girl really
Yeah.
change you. I
Yeah.
witnessed one of my friends. He had a baby girl, and this man like he completely changed his ways, and it was absolutely beautiful, right? And I think kids overall change you. My baby cousin, she had a kid at a young age, and she completely changed, like for good. Like what I'm saying, like she's responsible. Like I could tell that like she's capable of a lot of things that people her age aren't capable of. She's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. She's very very smart. And I think having a kid at a young age kind of like made her grow faster than her, other like friends and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Okay. I could see that. I could see that. Another thing also noticed. Like my parents. I don't want to say my parent. My dad used to be a drinker. He used to drink too, and at some point he stopped on his own. I don't know what made him stop, but he stopped. And then we became drinkers. When we started drinking, he had no clue, no idea, nothing at all. That's what I'm saying. In my mind, sometimes I don't know if is it a genetic thing?
Yeah, to a certain extent, but I also think that sometimes is most of it is your
Circle, too.
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I mean, you could say that too. You could say that. I could see that.
Because I would say no, because I won't say it's genetic, but I would say like a pastor could raise a perfect kid. you know,
There's only that
they're
one.
gonna go outside.
The black sheep is in there.
Yeah, you gotta go. Once you step outside, you can't control that.
And there's kids too that have like alcoholic, parents, and they're like, hey, I never want to be like that person, and they will never drink alcohol, just because they seen not necessarily the damage, but like they seen what alcohol does to their parents, right?
Yeah.
The way it changes them, and they're like, hey, I just don't never want to be that person, so I just stay away from alcohol basically.
That is true, and that's the thing I was about to say. Because I'm not a parent right now, but I always have this thought in my mind. As soon as you hold your baby like this, something changes in you. I'll assume.
You kind of become a protector, man.
Yeah, it's nice. Like whatever I was doing, I have to do 10 times better.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we might not.
This is a question for you guys. Do you guys think that because all of us we're first generation Americans, I would say, right? You're first generation American.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, do you think that when we have our kids, obviously, you're born in Africa, right? So like, do you think you're like, hey, I want them to have a better life than I did, right? So do we push that more than people that were actually like born here? Does that question make sense? Because like I feel like people that are born in the U.S., like they've been through all of the steps,
Yeah.
But us being born in Africa, seeing what all we had to see, I know we've seen some shit now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know we see some shit now, and then coming here and like, damn, like here's a little bit easier than back home. So like when I have my kid now, I'm like, yo, like I want him to like have the best. Like I'm gonna push forward more to have the best than somebody that's already was born here.
I get what you're saying, which can be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Cause like if you right now you look at the Gen Zs, there's a disconnect with the boomers because they usually keep saying whatever happened to you during your time, that's not us.
Not my problem.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So when you start pushing that on them, they'll be like, yo, that was your time. You went through that, not us. We in a good space.
Are you done? You brought up a good point, the boomers, but the boomers were coming from war. Like these motherfuckers seen some shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of these boomers, bro, were really like fucked up in the head. They're really like you understand. Like there was a time where like I mean they came back. We can swear in this, right?
Yeah.
They came back fucking because
Yeah.
all the men were gone and
Yeah.
there was really nothing
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Females were depressed.
Yeah.
Men were out. So men were in what Vietnam, seeing all this craziness. You know, getting chopped up, killed up by Vietnamese people and everything like that. All due respect, you know, R.I.P. to the dead. But and it's like one of these things where like now they come back, like they're like, hey, like we gotta get it in, like you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like we gotta get it in because we just seen some shit, and I don't want my kid to ever see that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like baby boomers they grinded. I feel like baby boomers really grinded because I think
The hardship.
yeah. What do we see from baby boomers? I think we seen the biggest home buyers. I think I seen a thing not too long ago where it said that the wealth transfer is going to be one of the biggest wealth transfers ever from baby boomers to Gen Z.
Gen Z's, yeah.
Because like that wealth transfer is gonna be absolutely nuts. Because baby boomers did really fucking good.
Yes, they did.
They were the ones that moving into the suburbs. They were the ones with the two car garages. Like they were grinders.
And you see, with that being said, they hustled so hard. They make the Gen Zs be in a good position or at least a better positions, right? Which also creates them to be lazy.
Absolutely. I was just saying that today. Hard times make strong men.
Yep.
Weak times make soft men. That's why, bro, I was just I just had a conversation about that today earlier. That's crazy you really say that.
It's because if they, at the time where they were growing up and stuff, their mind is processing. Like every time, you got to think, what's next? What's next for the next generation? I mean, for the next one, everything is already done for them. It's just
Also,
given.
if I'm not mistaken, you gotta understand, like the baby boomers, I think they went through the Great Depression.
Yes, they did.
They went through the Great Depression. They went through World War I. They went through World War II. Like they seen some shit now.
Yes.
Like baby boomers, they seen some shit now, and baby boomers with them, it's like their grind is crazy. It's like you'll see them work for one company for like 40 years, bro. And they understand like, hey, I got to start at the bottom, climb my way up to the top, and it's gonna take time, and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I don't want to group Gen Z into this. I'm not, because like you can't group a whole bunch of people because like people are different. I'm not gonna like just group Gen Z, but I'm gonna say majority are just like get into a job 1 week later, hey, it's shit. I'm leaving. Like I'm gone. Like
I'm
out of here.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah. Gen Z on a different on some different shit right now. I mean, you've noticed they always complain. I can't do no 40 hours a week. Fuck.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So they become lazy.
And I think life has become easier. We could all agree that, right?
Yeah, a lot easier.
Life has become easier.
A
We
lot
have
easier.
More convenient stores than we could ever think. You know what I'm saying? Like we could. If you don't want to DoorDash, you don't want to cook. Like life has become so convenient for us, right? Which has not necessarily made it soft. It is what it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, actually, that's true. Life is soft right now. Mm-hmm. I like it like that. Mm-hmm. I love it like that. Mm-hmm. Like shit, man. Anyway, back to the NBA point, man. Would you not go play for the NBA?
Nah, I wouldn't want to play for the league.
Nah.
I'll play for South Sudan before I go back and play for the league.
Why not?
I just think because the league is very politics. The league is very, very politics. I felt like kids are groomed from your AAU stage, right? And if you're not in that circuit, it's hard for you to come in. Don't get me wrong. I'm not destroying anybody's dream. Like, you could not play for like the best AU circuit. You could grind your behind off and make it to the league and be the next face of the NBA. But a lot of these stars, they're really made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I agree.
If you're not in that close knit, you're not in that close circle, it's gonna be hard
for you to make it. Yeah, but the bag, man, the bag is stupid, man.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna say something. Fuck out of here. He could have played. He got the talent for it. He could have played for it.
Yo, you say fuck the bag?
No. I'm saying like he could have played.
So I'm saying cool up. So you say fuck the bag. Like I don't want to go play.
No. That's the right answer to say, right?
Oh, he being political, huh?
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
He could've played.
If my kid's an NBA
played.
player, I would fucking love it. Like what? You making like 200? Like come on.
Yeah.
Like,
The bag is right.
the bag is good. NBA stands for never broke again. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about that though. We know niggas.
5 years and they go but if you know how to invest your money correctly.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, and you can't even really say that. Like if you give M's to somebody that's never seen M's before, how do you
Everything
manage
changes.
that?
Yeah.
And that's why I think like NIL deals are very, very important for, this generation and these kids. And I hope they don't fuck NIL up. I hope NIL stays for a long time, for years and years and years to come. Because I feel like with NIL deals, it preps kids to to become a professional. How do you manage your money? Hey, you got to pay your taxes, right? Hey, these are your contract. Hey, you understand, like you have an LLC, right? So are you paying quarterly taxes? Are you paying annual taxes? Like how are you
in a business mindset?
Exactly. How are you paying your taxes? And it gets you to a point where if you're a freshman coming into UNC and you're really good and you have an NIL deal, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna have a good agent, right?
Yeah.
And it gets you in contact with the agent earlier. So that relationship with that agent is built from, your freshman year, which is with NBA is usually just 1 year, right? So you go to the school for 1 or 2 years, at least you know that agent, right?
Yeah.
Then you meeting that agent later down the line, and it's just like, and you're getting all this money, right, at once, and it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, and you're just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, you fumble it, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like NIL deal. Those stuff is great, Gives you the right to your name, jersey, all that stuff, But what do you think with the NIL deal thing with college? Do you think is with as far as like with
Make a good one. I can't even hear you.
oh, do you think like I know you play college basketball, so you might know a little bit more than that. Like, how do you think competitive wise is it making kids like college? Is it making them compete more or less because now they got the bag and stuff?
At a young age?
At a young age, or like especially with coaches, they're making some kids are making the same money as the coaches.
I think becoming a pro in the next 5 years is not going to be that big.
Because they already got the bag,
I don't think it's going to be a dream to be a pro. I think a dream is going to be, I'll take that back. Because pro, you could do it for a lifetime. You could only go to college for 4 years, right?
Right.
You can't, not going to be stuck in college
I was about to say that. And then at the same time, I don't think the money that you make from college can compare to basketball. The bag is super.
It can. Because whatchamacallit, Caleb Williams, he's making more money at
USC, right?
USC, yeah. He was making more money at USC than he is as a rookie, because your rookie contract is not that much.
Exactly, rookie.
So
but after you make your name, remember, everybody, when you come in as a rookie, most of the time,
If I'm making more college, like he was making a lot more money in college than he's going to be making as
his rookie deal.
For like his, what was it, 5?
Something like that.
Is it 4 or 5? I don't know how.
I don't know.
But look at this. Once you make your name, you pass the rookie.
But he's a household name already, so people know him. Like he's a first round pick.
This is the journey of the NBA. That's just the process how it goes. Sometimes you have a house name, but when you get to NBA, something happens to you. I mean, you know the politics of NBA and the injuries and all this bad shit happens.
Yeah.
So we can't just give you that contract and then you don't provide. I mean, you don't deliver.
Yeah.
So that's the politics of NBA. So now we have to give you time to grow. We see if the same house name can be over here in the league. And if you prove it so, then the bag is there.
With NIL, man, NIL are taking the risks. I think NIL are big risk takers. Because you understand, you're betting on high school kids 18 years, not even 18, 17, 16 years old when they come into a college campus, right?
Never seen
and you're giving them $2-3 million in endorsements. But with NIL, I don't know how it works. I don't know if like these endorsements are like, hey, we'll give you 2 cars, or like, you know, I don't know if it's cash, but like I know it could be like hitting, like
But-
you'll get like extra stuff from here to there, but
Do they sustain the money?
they do get money.
No, they do, but do they sustain? Because you know, once you get the money, you never seen that kind of bag before. Once you get it, you go spend it. You go
I mean, as a
stupid
college,
crazy.
as a college kid, like what?
But you're not guaranteed to go to the league.
That's absolutely correct. So you got to spend that money correctly.
But so far, what have you seen? Are they keep saving the money, or they just spending it stupidly?
From what I've seen so far, I think NIL are good. Like the right now, because it's still new. You never know. Right now, they're being guided right. I think the only downfall that's going to be with NIL is going to be when agents start taking advantage of kids,
And that's gonna happen.
And that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. You have somebody that's been doing this for a long time,
And then the students have zero clue how the
and
business works.
He knows loopholes. You
Yep.
don't think you're making 150 million. You don't think he's gonna be like, oh, I could take like 500 here, or I could take like,
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I could take like, 500,000 here, like, you know what I'm saying, like little things like that.
That's a guarantee it's gonna happen. Remember, that's the same thing happened to KG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen, man. But now shifting the gears a little bit, man. How do you guys feel about Africa this year, man? I think we had a great AfroCon. I think we did great in the Olympics. We had a sprinter that beat the U.S. Obviously, we had South Sudan doing their thing. But overall, man, how do you think 2024, how do you feel like Africa has represented us? And on top of that, I know we have Burna Boy is obviously doing his thing. I feel like 2023 and 2024 was such a big years for us. How do you guys feel about Africa, and where do you guys think we stand as a continent?
It's the year of Africa, man.
We on top, man. We on the map right now. I've seen even people in Africans try to pretend they're Africans. I mean, all of a sudden now they have accents. They claim they claim in different parts of Africa. You know what I mean? I've seen so many people now taking trips to Africa. You know what I mean? I've seen so many people now listen to Afro music. You know what I mean? So we're moving. Yeah, this year, man, we've been on top.
Militant. If I hear another Igbo and Shayo, I think I'm gonna freak out. Like,
And now they're playing African music on the radio.
but I feel like the people that laid down the foundations don't really get enough credit for it, man.
Bruh, that's
and don't get me wrong, Burna Boy deserves all the praise. Burna Boy is great. He's a great artist. I've been listening to Burna Boy since Alleluia back in like 2016, back 2015. Like his first his first mixtape that he dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really rocking with him heavy. But Wizkid, man, I don't think Wizkid really needs to. I feel like he doesn't get enough light from time to time.
No, I think he had it before Burna Boy. He was that nigga. He was the face of Afrobeats before Burna Boy came into the
Boy
picture.
took it globally, yeah.
Yes, but Wizkid was. I don't know what happened to him. He kind of like just lay low. Like it just took a break.
But the thing about Burna Boy that I will give it to him, Burna Boy knows culture. Making that sample of Last.
Yes,
I think that's one of the, not necessarily the big, well, you could say Last is one of his biggest songs, right? But there's also other good songs that he has, like On the Low is obviously great.
That was my joint,
Yeah,
man.
is obviously great.
Joint, man.
Like he has so much other pockets that he could get into. Like Burna Boy, he could hit you with like that Afrobeat kind of song where he could get on the mic and talk his shit.
Yes. But see, you went straight to Wizkid. What about people like Akon?
Akon was never Afrobeat. I can never consider Akon Afrobeat.
No, but he was putting Africa on the map for a while. Everywhere he went to.
I would say P Square before Akon. I would say P
Now,
Square.
who helped P Square?
Huh? Akon
I
did,
say
but
it's still Akon.
Akon doesn't have enough Afrobeat songs. Like,
But you
P
see-
Square.
Yeah,
Like,
at that time there was no Afrobeats at that time.
But I feel like no, but Akon knew Akon knew his core market. His core market wasn't really Afrobeat song. Akon's core market was the U.S. Locked Up, great song. I want to see you on.
But what do you think? What do you think that is? Because remember, at that time in America, Africans are not cool.
Of course.
Yeah, if you claim you're African, it's like, you're the monkey.
you little Africans right now that are growing up, you guys are growing up in golden ages. I had to carry the torch. You feel me? Like I was called the African booty scratcher. Yes, it was
Exactly.
me.
All that
I was
shit.
getting fried. You feel me? I had to carry the torch so y'all could walk a mile. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay because I was frying their ass right back too. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn who you was. Yeah,
You did it.
I did it. You feel me? I laid the path for you guys so you guys could come through. You know, grind.
You was
know
the
what I'm saying?
Wakanda, huh?
It was forever, nigga. And that's one thing I'll say about us Africans too. Like us Africans, bro, like we're the flyest. Like,
real.
fly Africans
Yeah.
only, all 2024 and 2025. Like us Africans, man, like we be on some fly shit. And we have like, and I feel like that just comes from the culture, African culture, like, you know, from wearing our dashikis, from our weddings, like,
Yeah.
like we take so much pride on looking good and feeling good
Facts.
and stepping
I
out.
agree.
We put
Yeah.
stamps
Yeah.
on
The
that.
discipline, man. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm with Africans, man. What about this other guy? I can't see his face, but I can't think of his name.
Davido?
Davido.
I think the only thing about Davido was born in the U.S. Davido was born in Atlanta.
Yeah, but he kept going back and forth.
I ain't gonna front. Davido's the only person that I know that's born in America that still has an African accent. Like, why do you have an African accent, gang? Like,
Because he kept going back home.
Yeah.
no, bro, you're born in America. Like, just chill out.
He
Like,
kept going back home. Like I mean, unless he's capping. I was listening to his story because he went to.
he has an amazing story though.
Yeah,
I think he
I
has,
listened to
he
his
has an
story.
amazing story. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like with Davido, he comes from like he's humble. You know,
Yeah,
he comes from a humble background.
yeah.
He comes from a rich background. Don't get me wrong.
Wealthy
I'll listen to his story because the thing that he did, like, if I just don't have the opportunity to do that. Like, you feel me? Like, who just dips out of school and just goes and makes music,
Yep.
and then they just lie to your dad about it, and your dad sends like
It's
security
cool with
to
it.
go find you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
build a whole studio for you. Yeah.
yeah, like, you know. But I don't get me wrong. I would never take away from his artistry. Like with Davido, you gotta think there's nights that we don't see these guys there in the studio, like
Yeah.
up until 6 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
trying to figure
just
stuff
right.
out.
Yep.
Like you can never take away from someone's like craft.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would never do.
That's
Like,
true. I'm with
even-
you with that one.
Yeah, even NBA players, bro, that don't get no tick in the NBA, the last guy in the bench, you can't take away from that guy, bro.
I
There's
agree.
only 500 people that make it to the NBA.
Yes.
And that motherfucker is one of them.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker grinded. So I would never hate on like no artist that's really good at their craft. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, trying to grind to be better. Because it takes a lot.
Bro, I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
But I think what's his name is more popular in Europe than here.
Who?
Wizkid.
Wizkid?
I think in Europe than here compared to what's his name?
Probably now because like he doesn't really produce or makes music like before.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, he went on a chill out break. Like he's not really aggressive.
Yeah.
Davido was, Wizkid was really popping,
And I think
and he was making music with American artists too.
Yeah. But I think sometimes too you got some artist sign under you and
Hey,
you do that you lay back because I think what's his name is under him if I'm not mistaken. Malik Berry.
I'm not sure.
I used to like Malik,
I'm not
man.
sure.
I think he's under Wizkid.
It could be. I'm not sure. Well, if we do verses between Wizkid and Davido, who would you go? Who would you pick?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to front. That is tough. I'm not going to front. Because Davido got some...
Yeah, he got some hits too.
If
Yeah.
I tell you, say, come on. Like, what? Like, Davido really, like... I don't know. I think... I would only say Wizkid because Wizkid has more hits. Wizkid just has more hits.
I think he will.
But not that much, though. But not that much.
I think Wizkid might take that one.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? I don't know, but I don't. They're gonna steal my idea, man. I don't know if I should. They
Drop the sauce, you know what I'm
They're still my idea, man, because this is something I want to do, man.
That's what we need to have.
I wanna do-
an African verses, bro.
Yeah, I want to do that. one.
Afrobeat verses.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do that. I wanted to do like a fake version though, because I can't afford these niggas, man. They're super rich. I wanted to do on stream. I want to open Twitch and go on stream and do a verses. Somebody can come. Let's say, for example, if it's you come, you pick one. You can either play Davido's playlist, and then I play Wizkid playlist, and then we do a verses on. We stream that shit because of course, YouTube you can't play people's music copyright. So we do that shit on Twitch.
Right.
Yeah.
But our core fans got to be back in Africa, so we got to do it like in a good timing where everybody's back home so they can watch
No,
it.
but Afro music is wild right now.
No, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
will listen. Everybody wanna fuck with that shit. That would be super dope, man. Yeah. And remember, it's live, so now we have live people watching us. Yeah. That should be crazy, man.
Yeah, it would definitely.
People drinking and dancing at the same time. I was like, yo, that was my joint. You see, like that song, the Davido song, Banana Follow Me, because that's right now. Some people already forgot about that joint. You play that shit, be like, oh, that used to be my shit. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got you.
What do you guys tell me? I've heard this comparison. Like I've seen people heard people make this compare Rema to like the little Uzi of Afrobeat. I can see it. I think Rema is really the little Uzi of Afrobeat because first of all, fly, point blank, period. Like Rema, fly. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
Different, very different, and he creates his own pockets. Like like he has his own sound. Like when you hear a Rema song, you're like, that's Rema. Ginger Me, Calm Down, Woman. Like he has his own pockets that he creates, and I feel like if he doesn't make that song, you can't see another artist singing. What would I say? I can't see another artist singing "Calm Down" if it wasn't Rema.
I was about to say that, but even before I answer that, that "Calm Down" remix, I didn't see the point. Like the song was already huge enough. Like,
but if Selena Gomez hit you up and they were like, "Hey,"
see, this is now the politics of bullshit, man. Let's keep it 100. That song was out here already. It was doing numbers. You know what I mean? This is the same shit we say if Beyonce hit you up, be like, hey, I'm a cheat now because it's Beyonce.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe trying to get some fans over here,
But you already doing
It
numbers.
was big, yeah.
Yeah, you doing numbers already. I mean, my point is, if you're struggling, I say, like, okay, get me to help you out because you're struggling. This dude is out of here. The song's number one everywhere.
but
Now we're going back to politics.
I
She
think
probably was though.
I
Not
guarantee you that was politics, man.
I think it comes down to label wars, right? If your label is like, hey, you got to do this, you have no choice.
That's what I'm telling you, politics.
It's label wars. It's not, you can't be like, hey, no, I don't want her to hop on it. The label,
Bro, I'm supposed to have a voice in the label, right?
you can't. The label is way bigger than you. You're just one of their artists. They have millions
Bro,
and millions.
I am the biggest artist in your label. You drop me, guess what? Somebody's...
He's signed. Who is he signed to? He's not signed to Empire, right?
No, it's not Empire. I forgot what he's signed to. No, it's not Empire.
I know he's signed to something pretty big. Where
Yes.
he just can't be like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they've already invested money. He's already got the advance.
I mean, the problem is this, because again, politics. Let's say, for example, if he had enough power to say, all right, cool, drop me, the label probably will make phone calls, be like, don't fuck with this nigga. Then all of a sudden,
You get blackballed.
exactly, all of a sudden
You'll
you
get
blackballed.
blackballed.
You out of here. So
And you'll never get signed ever again.
and you out of here. Yeah, now back to the hood.
Yeah.
I mean, so I
So
don't know.
are you gonna go from a G-Wagon to a Honda? Like, come on. Like,
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not, because the G-Wagon comes with the lie.
You feel?
Yeah, you got the chicks in there too, so...
it's more spacious, a little bit more spacious,
But back to the question, Rema compared to, he's like Lil Uzi.
You can't say it's not. You really can't say
I've never
he's literally-
I've never thought of that, man.
If okay, so if we could compare, so I'll definitely think Rema. Definitely, Rema's Little Uzi right now. I would say Burna Boy, just because the effect
You're
and
gonna
like
say it's Drake?
how big he is, he'll definitely be like a Drake.
Why not a Jay-Z?
Because Jay-Z was in the game for longer. Maybe Burna Boy could be a Jay-Z like after like he's done, and settled and everything. But is he gonna own the businesses? What is he gonna do? We're seeing music.
With the kind of bag he's getting, I'll assume that will be his next move. Because you can't be the hottest forever. You can't be the toughest
Yeah.
forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be his next move.
Small window.
Yeah. That's his next move.
And also another shout out too, man. Shout out to the female artists that are doing really, really well, man.
yeah.
My favorite one is I keep forgetting her
What,
name.
was it
Tiwa
Thames?
Savage.
Oh,
Tiwa Savage.
Tiwa Savage?
And I
Okay.
like Tim's too, but Tiwa Savage gotta be, man, she's really, really good. She's very talented, man. She's really doing her thing. And the other girl from South Africa, she's really, really good too.
Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler. She's doing her thing. And Asia Star. If you ever watch this, keep doing your thing. You know,
Bro,
keep doing your
it
thing.
feels so good because they also look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because remember, again, with the African stereotype, like we ugly, you know, we don't have clothes, all this nonsense, and then our female comes out, sexy bodies, looks good. I mean, like,
Yeah, it's really
We're super winning right now.
Africa is. I mean, it's been on the map. It's just people haven't noticed it. But
bro,
it's
remember,
big, like I said, man, it's big.
nobody wants us to win. I mean, who runs the labels? It's still the white folks.
Of course.
I mean, how do,
we winning, man. We about to be up there soon, man.
It's gonna. I think
We
for us
about
to
to be up there
control
soon.
our music, right? And I think with us, we kind of cowered away from this a little bit. None of us really wants to talk about problems in Africa.
Do
None
you
of
guys know any of if they do like any these like any of the artists we just mentioned or y'all mentioned? Do they do like big concerts?
in Africa?
Like biggest one? What would you say like comes to mind? Like what's the biggest?
Yes, they do.
Not trying to sound like
I mean, they do events in Africa, but this is the challenge, and I'm pretty sure this is something you're about to mention. The thing is, they make more money over here because of the currency. You know what I mean? Right. So if something is to happen out there and they have the same chance over here, they just stay. Like look at Burna Boy. How long has he been touring in America and Europe? Like forever. This nigga is always on tour.
Right.
He barely do Africa. I'm not saying he doesn't do, but he barely does Africa because the currency is like, this nigga's about to pay me low. I mean, I'd rather do America one more time. Like,
and we also got to think too, like, entertainment is one of those things where it's not guaranteed for everyone. Entertainment is a luxury. The US, UK, they have the luxury of being entertained live. People in Africa, I'm not buying a ticket to go see Burna Boy when I have to feed my family. I could throw Burna Boy on YouTube TV and watch his music than having to pay to go watch him live. That's not as important to me. But here in the UK, people are so tied into these artists. Like, they have the luxury, right?
Yeah.
They have the luxury to be like, okay, I'm able to, pay for rent and also get a ticket to go see Burna Boy. Like, I could do that. In Africa, it's not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying people in Africa can't do it. Like, I know people might be in the comments be like, oh my God, he's saying in Africa we're broke, we can't. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, it's a luxury.
True. And this, to go in depth about that, is two things about Africans. One, remember, entertainment was not a thing for us.
Yeah.
When our parents were coming up, it was like you go to school, become a doctor, lawyer, pilot, all this type.
She's never like, hey, you wanna go buy a ticket to go see? No, there's nobody.
Yeah. I remember there was a time event. I told my dad I want to go
to a concert.
No, I wanna go to an acting school. It was like, have you ever seen any African acting? I was like, nah. Then get your ass in there.
That's good. That's really good. That's a good point.
Yeah, they didn't believe in entertainment.
Never seen African parent. I was like, yeah. You go theater, go do theater.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
what?
So they told me, oh, fuck out here. So
Entertainment's a luxury,
yeah, they didn't believe in that shit. And then secondly, remember poverty. If I have, let's say I have 10 grand and Burna Boy is coming to Africa and is probably charging $5,000. Mm-hmm. But this is in shillings. I'm not saying in dollars, but this is probably in shillings or whatever currency you're gonna put in here. I have 10 G's and he's charging $5,000. I have to go see him. Why would I want to pay that kind of money knowing it's going to take me a while before I see another 10 G's?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And you have your own bills. You have your family you have to raise. You know what I mean? Yeah. You pay your rent.
People, don't get us wrong once again. Like, we know, like, there's people that in Africa go to concerts. Like, when Burna Boy goes out there, he holds a concert. There's a lot of people that go out. But I'm just saying, like, the majority of people, it's not like going to a concert is not one of their most important things.
Yeah.
Like, but here, there's like kids that are, from 16 to like 25, 27. Like, that's probably like, oh, I have to go see this concert. Where like it's gonna be, like they have to do it. Like kids back home is like, like I have to focus on my school. Like I have to do this. Like they're more like they gotta grow up quicker at the end of the day.
Super true. And then again, back to this, what we just mentioned earlier. Let's say someone like Burna Boy, because Burna Boy is hot as fuck right now, right?
Fish grease, man.
If he
Hotter than
goes,
fish grease.
if he goes to Africa to perform, the kind of charges he has to charge people,
Yeah.
who's gonna pay for that kind of money? Because remember, just like in America, your basic core fans are usually probably what 18 to 25. 18 to 25, probably even 30 in Africa. Most of those people don't have that bag. They don't have that kind of money. So, and then the ones who have money, they got shit to do. They're not staying up late, try to go to a concert. They got shit to do. So, who's really gonna come to your show?
Of course.
Because I was doing the math for Vibes Cartel right now. Because of course he's the hottest nigga.
Free Vibes is out.
He's
matter of
out, yeah.
fact.
So he has a
my
concert.
God.
Yeah, he's doing a concert he's doing a concert in yeah. He's supposed to perform end of the year.
Where? In the US?
No. That's the thing right now. He's trying to figure out the whole thing. He already signed a deal, and then they try to figure out what places he can perform. And one was Kenya. Of course, he has Jamaica, and then he has another choice. He was trying to figure out where can he go. And in my mind, I was like, Kenya, but the kind of bag he's about to ask for, who's going to be paying for this shit? Because now, if you look at it, at his fans, again, the age 18 to 25. These niggas don't have that kind of bag.
Man, first of all, man, before going into that, man, I'm glad Vibes is out, man. I ain't gonna front Vibes, man. The high school basement parties, that's all we used to bump. I'm glad that man is out, man. Health wise, man, I hope he, gets better, gets
He'll
great.
be better. He'll be
He looks like a complete different person, man. And I wish him nothing but greatness, man. But yeah, he's definitely a great guy. I know DJ Academics. I watch his show a lot, man. I know Academics is actually trying to get an interview with him. I think I would definitely like to see that interview, man, because Academics, like,
Man, Academics pussy, man.
Don't say that, man. I fuck with Academics, man.
He on some other shit.
Academics is probably one of my favorite streamers.
Bro, we grew up on that nigga. From LimeWire.
Yeah,
we grew up on that nigga. The only thing I don't like about him, because I'm pretty sure that's how he makes his money, because that's a smart move. I like that shit. He mostly focused on the negative stuff.
Nah, I don't want to say the only reason why I like Act. Like, I like Act because Act covers so many spaces. Like, Act will cover politics. Act will cover, obviously, entertainment. Or he'll cover, culture. I mean, it's easy to say he he be dick riding Drake a lot. Act, you gotta stop doing that bullshit.
But look at the stuff he posts most of the time. Like, okay, I was watching when 50 was doing his shit in Louisiana, like a couple weeks ago. He didn't post nothing about that event. When this other nigga came out, Hurricane Chris, top on the screen, dissing 50. I was like, well, but what about last week? All that shit that was going on, he didn't post nothing.
We established that controversy sells. Like, he knows
true, that's what I'm telling you. But that's I told you. I just mentioned that shit earlier. I told you he focused.
I ain't gonna say he always focuses on the negativity. Like,
He always. I'm telling you, yo, if like this shit right here right now, if he sees it, he's gonna post it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. My boy Act, man. Stand up business, yo. Come on, Act. Wait, come on, Act. What are you talking about, man? Come on, yo. We be posting so. But now, like I like Act,
but I like him though.
Like, he's like okay, y'all watch like his stream on Fulio when Fulio first got like killed?
Oh yeah.
He really he broke that really well. Like, he explained it really well. And I like watching the YSL when he covers the YSL trials. I like watching that as well, because like I think with Act knows, well, he has a lot of he's connected with a lot of people in the industry, right? So like Act, he says, I think he hides his cards from time to time, but majority of the time he's really just like being honest.
Bro, I never even pay attention to personal items like material stuff, because when it comes to, of course, social media, everybody's capping. Okay, I don't say everybody, but most people are capping.
Yeah. Okay, when it comes to Instagram, 85%, 95% of people are capping on Instagram.
You know what I mean? So I
feel like Instagram is just a dumb, like,
it's whatever out there.
It's just like
I grew up watching AK for a long time. The thing about him right now, especially during his run, him and 6ix9ine, remember? There was a time they were pretty close. They used to hang out, do things together.
I would say they somewhat of close still. They're not.
I think they fell off. I don't know what happened.
No. He still be talking about 6ix9ine.
Yeah, once in a while, but it's like I don't think their friendship is the same way like it
He
used to
be
be
calling
before.
them like when 6ix9ine was stuck in DR and stuff like that. Anything like he needed to get through, like Ak was going through it. Like they were friends because I know he was. So 6ix9ine has like 2 of his cars got impounded and taken by the federal government. And he was, I know in one of his streams, he might have been joking, but he's like, you know what I should do? I should buy the car and give it back to him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just he capping. I don't think he can do shit like that.
What you mean? I got the bread. I got the bread.
Bro,
to do
having
so.
bread and doing shit for people, 2 different things, my guy.
He saying like 6ix9ine was his man. So
yeah, but the car got they took the car, right? Did he do anything about it? That's your homeboy.
he could buy it.
He can. Did he do it?
He didn't do it.
Thank you. End of
He didn't
story.
do it, but he could buy it though.
Your actions speak louder than your words, right?
That's a
he didn't do
fact.
shit.
That's a Fendi fact. That's a Fendi fact. I don't think they're buddy, but like but you gotta understand, like 99% of these industry relationships is fake as fuck.
Yeah.
And you know, he said this in the stream too. He was like, with Drake, let's take Drake for example. A lot of these people, they'll be like, when you see Drake in public, they were like, hey, Drake is my man's, this and that and the third. But when it comes to doing songs with Drake owns 95% of the song when you're only getting 5% of your own song.
Like
But in public, he makes it seem like you're his man.
Yeah, he's man. Yeah.
But if I'm your man, it should be 50-50, right? And if it's my song,
Bro, that's how I
if
say.
it's my song.
When it comes to money, there's no friendship. There's no friendship. Remember 50 and Mayweather? They used to be tight until the money came in between. Now look what happened.
Chafuwa Meza. Tuko Nairobi tuna Chafuwa Meza. Chafuwa Meza. Tuko in the city, Chafuwa Meza. Don Kings in the building. Chafuwa Meza. Tuko Nairobi tuna Chafuwa Meza. Chafuwa Meza. Tuko in the city, Chafuwa Meza. Don Kings in the building. Straight from the flight to the club we go. Hold on, I'm lying. Straight from the flight, hit the Airbnb.